Let me mention here that cyber security and cyber law go hand in hand. So whatever these cyber criminals tend to do on the internet space are punishable under section 66 to 67. There are various clauses, so it can be reported as a criminal offense. As per the recent report of the Internet and Mobile Association of India, the penetration of internet in India has touched 500 millions. And the most important part of this is that over 60% of these internet users are from rural background. That is, the rural users are surpassing the urban users in case of internet. So it has become very important to adjust the issue of cyber security and cyber safety for us. As I have mentioned earlier, today most of our population are getting digital. Since it has made our life so much easier that instead of standing for hours on the line, on the queue to pay bills for the internet or the electricity bill or do the shopping, we can get it done from our home. But while using such digital platforms, we have to be careful that the hacker may hack your account and can take out all your hard-earned money. Let me share some recent examples of such kind of cyber crime. One lady recently wanted to sell a sofa on the OLX, and she gave the ad on OLX, and within just 2-3 minutes she received one response, and party on the other side said that we are interested in buying your sofa, and they asked about the money and the price. So the lady said that the price is this much. So the party on the other side just said that since we are transacting for the first time, you may send a very minimum amount so that we can activate the account, and accordingly she transferred rupees 2 to that particular Google Pay account. Now after that, the Google Pay account of that particular lady was not working, and she didn't know anything about the transaction, neither that party called her up. And then after 2 days, somebody from an unknown number called the lady again and asked her to check her account if there was some financial fraud. So when the lady went to the bank to check the account, she was surprised to know that within these 2 days, X our account was being transferred to an unknown account. Another such example was from a gentleman who transferred some amount through Paytm, but by mistake he typed a different number, and immediately that amount was debited to that wrong account number. So as soon as the person realized, he was looking for some customer care number for Paytm on the Google. Now see, these cyber criminals are so clever that they create a fake website with their details and with the tagline of customer care, and whenever you search for a customer care, their web pages pop up on the search site. So this gentleman found one number against the customer care for Paytm. He called on that number, and he said that I have transferred 2000 rupees by mistake to a different account, so can you help me? So the person from the other end said that yes, but for that you need to install the quick support for that. So the person So the person, without giving a second thought, installed the quick support on his system, and as soon as he installed it, the party from the other side asked about his account details for Paytm, and the person, without thinking much, entered all his details, and he lost 40,000 rupees from his account after this incident. So here I want to mention just one thing, that if you somehow get into such kind of situations anyhow, then instead of getting panic and searching for the customer care numbers here and there, just search for the customer care number within the app only. If you are using a Paytm or a Google app, then these apps have their own website, where they provide their customer support or helpline details, so you can contact them from there. Another recent example I want to share with you is that one person gets a call from the Airtel saying that today is the last date for updating your SIM to eSIM, so you have to fill up this form. So the person also thought that since this is the last day, I should fill up this form, and he entered all his details, and so within 2-3 hours his SIM stopped working. So the person thought that it is might be due to the process for which his SIM is not working, but one day has been passed by. Until the afternoon of the next day, his SIM was not activated. The person went to the customer care of his city and he asked what was the reason. Then the customer care informed him that the SIM was already issued to him on the previous day itself. When the person said that he hadn't received any such SIM, then the customer care asked that person to check his account, and the person went to the bank, and to his surprise he found that 1,50,000 rupees from his account had been stolen. So these are the types of fraud the cyber criminals are doing, and whatever I have shared with you are the real examples. And let me tell you, emails are the most prone through which any kind of cyber crime can be committed, and just giving one password is not at all sufficient to protect your account. So how to protect your account and how to protect your password, I'll make another video on this, so stay tuned to this channel InfoBits for the latest updates. Now moving ahead, for reporting any kind of cyber crime, here's a good news for us that Government of India has a designated portal for this, which is cybercrime.gov.in. When you type it on your address bar, you will see this landing page. And in this portal, the most important thing is that you can report any issue, any cyber crime which is related to women or child anonymously. That means you can report any crime without mentioning your identity or your name. So this is a very important aspect, that anything that has happened around you, if you are a victim yourself or you have seen some of your friends or family getting victimized of this kind of cyber crime, you can always report on this portal. You may also report other cyber crimes as well, and if you click on it, you see that here is an option to file a complaint on National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. And here are some resources, some frequently asked questions are there. Then there is one citizen manual. So if you click on this, you can see that citizen manual report for CPR/GR complaints is there. Then citizen manual report on other cybercrime reports are also there. Then there is the option for online safety tips, and here you will see that here is an option for a handbook for students on cyber security, which is available both in Hindi as well as in English versions. So I request all the parents as well as the students to download this handbook and have a look. It will help you understand the types of cyber crimes and will make you aware to be protected. Then there is an option for cyber awareness on the portal. From here also you can have a look at these options. Cyber crime awareness booklet on cyber security awareness. So there are also options for contacting the ministry, and there is one helpline. So this portal is actually a great help for us, and it's a high time that we know ourselves. We have to be very careful while putting any details while we are using any credit cards or debit cards or any account, and we should stay hand in hand to help fight these cyber crimes. let's not be victim of cybercrime. Stay safe and make others safe.